In this video, I will tell you about groups, and using groups, you can categorize different kind of objects in separate classes. For example, here we have this floor plan on which we have many different objects. For example, the bed, the objects in the kitchen, the objects in the washroom, and also many other objects. Now, if you want to classify them on different categories, then you can use groups. So groups are available on the groups panel of home tab, and here it is. And in order to make a group, you need to select this big group icon. You can also use its command equivalent, which is group. So let's click on this and now select the objects which you want to convert into a single group. But before doing that, I will name this group. So look at the command line and we have an option of name and description. So I'll select name and I'll give this group a name. So let's name it as bed. And now press enter. We'll leave this description and now select all the beds in this drawing. And now press enter. So now all of these beds are included in a single group. Let's repeat this process once again. So I'll go to groups and this time I'll name it as kitchen. Now press enter and select all the objects of this kitchen. And we have all of these objects included in another group. Now we have made these groups using fixed name, but you can create unnamed groups also. So let's create one. So I'll go to groups and now I'll not select any name and I'll simply select the objects. So for this case, I'll select this piano, this dining table set, and this tree, and now press enter. And now we have an unnamed group with these three objects. Now, if you move your cursor on any of the objects of the group, for example, if you move your cursor to this dining table set, you'll notice that the complete group will be selected. And if you move your cursor to any of the objects in this group, the complete bed will be selected. Similarly, if you click here, the complete items of the kitchen will be selected. So in this way, you can classify them in different categories, and that will make selection quite easier. If you want to remove all of the objects from the group, then you can simply select this ungroup option. So select this ungroup and click on any one of the objects. In this case, I'll click on this bed and now we have it as simple objects. We no longer have a group. In order to convert it into a group again, I'll select group, I'll go to name and let's name it as bed, press enter, and now let's select these two beds. I'll leave this one for now and now press enter. So we have this group with these two beds. Now let's say that we do want to include this bed also. For that, you can select group edit option here. So click on group edit and now click on any one object of the group which you want to edit. Now you'll see plenty of options on the command line like add objects, remove objects, and rename. Select add objects and select the object which you want to add. Now we have these three objects. And now press enter. So we have this object here. In a similar way, you can remove or rename objects in this group as well. For some reasons, if you want to temporarily hide the selection of groups even after making them, you can do that by this group selection option. So if you turn it off, the objects will be selected individually even when they are part of a group. In this case, you know that these three beds are part of a group, but still we can select them separately. But if you turn it on, now they will be selected as a single group. And whenever you select a group, there will be a bounding box, this bounding box, which will be visible, and you can toggle the visibility of that bounding box on and off by clicking this group bounding box. So now we do have a selection of group, but we don't have the bounding box. So I'll keep it checked. So that was all about creating and modifying groups in AutoCAD.